Misery is when you heard on the radio that the neighborhood you live in is a slum, but you always just thought it was home. Langston Hughes.
I'm from Seattle, Washington.
I grew up in Compton and Watts.
I am from Oakland, California.
And I reside in Brooklyn, New York, and my neighborhood is known as Crown Heights.
I am from Compton.
What to you is ghetto?
I guess to me a ghetto is kind of like, I guess, a neighborhood, usually an impoverished neighborhood, urban neighborhood, where the people, they tend to have less privilege and less resources as those in other neighborhoods.
Do you think where you're from is a ghetto?
No.
Certain parts, yes.
Yes, I consider the Nickerson Garden housing projects where I grew up a ghetto.
In New York, I would say I live in a cultured neighborhood, not a slum or a ghetto, because I don't see, there's like gang violence and guns and stuff like that, but to me it's just it's a melting pot of different cultures from all over the world.
How has your neighborhood shaped you?
Well, because a lot of what I grew up around is people who would be considered ghetto and ghetto type situations. I feel like a lot of ways it has trained me to want to be different from that.
The biggest thing I've gotten from New York is self-confidence and the ability to deal with issues head on. And I noticed that a lot of people I've met on this side of the coast are very passive and are very against confrontation, while I am very in your fucking face.
And how has your neighborhood taught you how to handle conflict? It's taught me not to take shit from anyone, and it's also taught me the importance of, even if you don't feel comfortable, you better act like you feel comfortable doing what you do, and just maintaining your own,
I don't know if like my neighborhood shaped me more, like the teachings my mom had and like her trying so hard to keep us away from whatever was that, keeping us away from whatever was going on is what shaped me.
Ghetto has now been transformed into an identity. How would you describe someone who's ghetto?
Honestly, how the media falsely portrays people who they think are ghetto.
True.
So, I'm gonna go and say probably the media portrays black girls who they see at the BART station who are loud and wear bright colors as ghetto. But if an Asian were to do that, they wouldn't be described ghetto as all. If a white girl were to do that, she wouldn't be described as ghetto either. But because I'm black, because I live in the ghetto, I'm gonna be described as ghetto because I'm wearing bright colors and I'm having a fun conversation with my friend.
Somebody that is considered ghetto participate in stereotypical activities or language that is based on someone's view or misconception of community.
And so someone like me who grew up in the quote-unquote ghetto, I don't consider myself ghetto, but other people consider me ghetto because sometimes I get a little loud. But I don't really have like an answer to what ghetto is. And I don't think there's like a specific structure around like ghetto-ness or what qualifies as being ghetto, just like the term ratchet.
How has the concept of ghetto affected others' interaction with you?
Well, when I was a freshman in college, I used to think that I had to act a certain way because I was the only black one in my dorm. And of course I was asked, can I twerk? And they knew I was from Oakland, so have I heard gunshots? Have I seen someone smoke crack? Do I hear sirens every night? Ignorant questions like that.
Especially in college, it's been very interesting to see people's reaction when I say, "Oh, I'm from Compton." I usually get a clutch the pearls, draw back. People just make assumptions about myself because of where I'm from. Or, people think I'm automatically going to get them twerk lessons. I don't even have rhythm.
I'm not quite sure, actually. I mean, I laugh louder than anybody's business, but I don't think that really affects. If it does, I'm sure I don't keep them around. So.
Do you still consider it home? Yeah, I love it.
Of course, it's where I'm from.
And I think going home, I realized just the little simple things about it that like made it home, made me love it so much. Like waking up on Sunday mornings and hearing the tamale lady yelling, or like seeing like the little kids walking down the street to the elementary school I went to, or like just even knowing like the homeless people and like the crackheads on a first name basis was like what made home for me. It was cool. Like I don't see homeless people the way like people here see homeless people. So I love my home.
While an area dubbed the ghetto does have its structural and economic issues, it is often forgotten that these places are the homes of people. The stories of these individuals are often lost behind the stories told on the radio. Sometimes these slums don't always lead to misery.